We went down,
Hand me that plastic bag right there and I'll show y'all. I brought my family
Well,
pictures.
was it yesterday we made the loop around?
Yeah.
We followed that old road around, all the way around. you
yeah,
know,
uh-huh.
And, it was, the new road runs right through where our farm was.
Yes, it sure does, over by Western Sizzler and on up.
Yeah, over towards Cave City.
The industrial park is there now.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that something? I can
Yeah.
remember going there.
The first time I was back here for the like 40th year reunion, I didn't really recognize, you know, I didn't make an effort to go look, but I didn't recognize where all that stuff was. It's hard to, you know, unless you know where it was. It's hard to
Yes,
spot.
yes, it is. And then you went around and came out by Bad Boys. That's
Well,
down-
we came out on Highway 25 just a little bit,
across from Ramada,
little
kind
bit
of.
west of the road that goes to Cave City, the new road.
Yeah,
the west of the new road.
yeah.
But that Highway 25 runs right by our old farm.
Yes.
Where it was.
Our family on the ship, we took them all
Okay.
to Hawaii.
Let me tell
Or
something.
was it Alaska? We went to Alaska.
Yeah.
Walk into the bayou, go swimming.
Yeah. Actually, that was a pretty nice place to swim. It's, you know, sandy and
Someone
and
freed our
you
lady
could
gave me
see the
this.
bottom,
This
so
was
you didn't have to
junior
worry
high.
about stepping on those snakes. or something.
Me.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And that was my senior.
Greg, the oldest
Oh my
one,
gosh.
Greg.
Vicky.
So Kenneth,
Come here.
my brother Kenneth.
She's the one who played the
Yeah.
piano for us.
Oh, you were the one I always heard many stories about that.
And
Yeah.
Joanne when she was younger.
Oh.
Gene,
And
yeah.
this is Clara. This is Clara?
No, that's
No,
my
it's Joanne.
senior.
Well, that's
Oh,
also
okay.
Junior high and senior.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Well, Greg lives in Joplin, and we stopped in there first. Well, actually, he picked us up at Springfield from the airport. And we spent the weekend, last weekend in Joplin. So he's been kind enough to drive us around this week.
Did y'all miss the storms?
No,
These
it
are
went
my
through Joplin, but it
great-grandsons.
didn't get us.
Goodness, oh,
That's,
honey.
that is.
They were all excited running around with these
Skywalker.
sirens
We're
going
gonna
off
have some
and
stories
the
about this
the
today.
tornado warnings
I
and
someone else's story.
they were all excited. I
Right.
thought, there's enough people excited around here, so I just took a nap.
This one just
Well, I
turned
tell you what, in
He's turning
Batesville, we
80.
had one storm after another pass through, and I mean, it was hard rain, wind, and
Yeah.
one would go through and another one. I don't even know how many we had Sunday night.
Wow. Well, that was same night we were getting it.
And it
I have
split,
a, at home, I have a,
Yeah.
they got part of it and we got part of it.
you know, like this size.
Well, I can understand why they're a little gun shy in Joplin after that big one they had.
And an album,
Yeah.
so.
Did the big one get you or?
No, it missed us.
Okay, I want to tell you a story of Kenneth.
Okay.
We were always down there, walking down there with them coming up to the house and eating peaches and whatever. But that day, Kenneth and I found, in that old barn down there, we found a bunch of eggs, like 17 or 20 rotten eggs. So we got it.
Was that with your barn?
No, it was y'all's old
Okay.
barn. So
Okay.
we both divided the eggs up.
Oh, okay.
He had me, we threw those rotten eggs. I was just dripping with that stink. And I only hit him about twice. And Miss Hall come to the back door and she said, Kenneth, what are you? And then she started just laughing when she saw me and him. I had rotten eggs all over me, and that was just one thing.
And
Well-
what did mother say when you got home?
I don't know. She may have given me it. Now, no, I remember what happened. We had that pump on the back porch, you know, and I had to pump water and just completely take a bath under that old pump for the eggs.
Cold water, that was cold
Yeah.
water.
And then there was something else. Oh, I wrote down some things. Oh, the race. That was when you and Charles used to race. Clara and Charles. Do you
Yeah.
remember? Y'all would
And that
race
was
toward
cool.
the 8 lots.
Well, we were always running periodically along that route.
Well,
to
Kenneth and I
front school.
raced. He let me win that race, and I had a terrible crush on him, and I was probably 10. And how old was Kenneth? How much older
Kenneth
was
was
he?
older than me, so
So,
What was he, a year or two older than you, Charles?
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Yeah,
So, yeah, he,
we
so,
had more fun.
And
You have a
Jerry,
crush
how
on
old are you
Kenneth,
now?
so y'all just
75,
put lots of eggs at each
75
other.
or 78, so, he was like 5 years older than you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But, and then, you know, I remember watching that, y'all, when y'all left, you weren't down there, but I remember the load of furniture y'all took, and we were so sad, and Mother was sad too, because the Halls were leaving,
But
but,
Miss Hall came up to the house and visited, and Mother walked down the road,
Well, and
and
Mr.
they
Faulkner.
quilted together, and
Mr. Faulkner, your grandpa bought my class ring when I graduated from high school, and
Oh.
we did not have the money, and he gave me the money to pay for my class ring. I think it was like
He
$9 or
was
$10.
really a nice old man.
Yeah, he
Now
didn't
it'd
have
be
any
like-
money either.
Oh, I know. I
But,
said not
yeah,
back
he
then.
was a nice man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mother's dad.
I remember he loved the newspapers, didn't he?
Yeah.
They seemed to.
Yeah, I remember
I
him,
do
he
too.
always wanted a Sunday paper, and, but y'all would remember that good better than
There's a
me, 'cause
porch
you
kind of
lived
like this
out
one back here on the old home
Oh.
place. Did you see that one, John?
Huh?
It was a porch kind of like this one back here, and it was on that house y'all lived in.
I don't remember the old porch. I mean, I kind of
Did you
remember the
see
new
it?
one, but I don't remember the old one.
Well, now, when we lived there, the old front porch had a big hole in it where it had, the lumber had rotted out.
Yeah, I think what happened, we moved in the old one, but only long enough to build that shed out back that we wound up living in while we tore the old house down and built a new one.
Yeah.
We lived in that shed, so we didn't actually live in the old house that long.
Yeah. Do you
A
remember,
while.
Charles, when you and Kenneth would get into trouble
Oh, I
and
remember.
running to the barn? And I think some nights y'all slept in the barn, didn't you? And Miss Hall really got mad at you about something?
I don't think so.
They
but-
disappeared.
Oh, it was wise this year. Mother had a temper, but if
Did you hear did you hear all the way up to your place?
if you'd stay
No.
away from her for a while, though, she'd cool off.
Yeah. I remember that, and I think some nights you and Kenneth slept in the barn, didn't
Well,
you?
I wouldn't be surprised we didn't try. But
And maybe slipped in the house.
I do remember, this before we came back to Arkansas, I had done something bad, and Mother said, okay, go outside and pick me a switch to spank you with, you know. So I go out and I'm thinking, okay, so I find a little branch about so long, little twig, and I take it back in here, Bobby. You know? And so she sent Ken out to get one. Well, he comes in with this club, and of course, and I got spanked with it, but by then, Mother thought the whole thing was funny, and so it wasn't the same as it would have been. It was pretty benign whipping.
Yeah, she was fixing to really get on Kenneth heavy over the rotten eggs. But then when she saw what I looked like, she couldn't keep from laughing. I just
Yeah.
remember her laughing so hard.
Don't remember that at all.
I don't remember it, but I see Mom.
I guess it was old setting eggs.
They were rotten, and she had left the nest. They were rotten eggs, and I don't know, something probably scared her, a varmint or something. Do you remember Shirley and Kenneth? Shirley and Bobby Ackerman that lived up on the bayou. Do y'all remember them?
Yes, Ackerman.
Donnie.
Donnie, yeah.
Well,
Sure.
now,
I remember those. They
Yeah.
were back kind of towards the corner,
Yeah.
before you turned down to the 25. Yeah, I remember that. They were on the bayou side.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, that was really country
they
living.
were way
And
back,
have
not
to
a
walk.
house in sight.
They'd stop at our house in the winter and warm by the fire. Then we'd have to walk to 80 Hill Store, which was
John,
considered
Did I
about
send you
About a mile
what
and a
I
quarter.
wrote about us going up on the bayou, all of us kids? We parked the cars at Mother and Daddy's old place and walked.
Oh,
Put a little story on that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a long walk.
yeah, it was.
And then when the Ackermans Ackerman kids would leave in the morning to walk to, they'd usually stop at our house and then we'd walk on to A.D. Hill's Grocery. You know, they left in the dark.
Well,
And I know one time something was following them.
They carried a lamp.
They didn't know what it was, but it
Animal.
kept following them and following them.
Well, I don't understand why they would come around because, it's just, I think it'd be closer to walk straight down to the Highway 25 now.
Yeah.
Straight down that road than it would be to come around to,
I guess
Your
just
house
to get
and-
warm by the fire.
And then we were all there too.
Maybe
and I guess
so.
that's-
People they do.
Yeah.
We got off the school bus, Joan, one afternoon, and we were walking home, and T.J. Moore and another guy, I can't remember, it wasn't Kenneth, but they were hollering and teasing us, and because we all have that, they say Carville Road, you know, sounds different. And I had a little dress on, and I pulled up my dress and patted my butt out on mine. And Mary Sue Ackerman, she liked to beat me to death. And Mother got mad that time, and she told her, and from now on, you let Frida or Betty Sue take care of that. Land, she whipped me so hard.
Well, she whipped A.T. Thomas good one time.
And that was the best day yet.
Yeah.
A.T. Thomas, you know how hateful he was.
I don't remember.
He
He
was.
a mean
He
young
had
boy.
pestered us from the time we got off the school bus.